The Assembly of Manitoba Chiefs wants a public inquiry into the surveillance program, and that's an idea Dene National Chief George Mackenzie supports. He also wants fast movement on the outstanding Northwest Territories land claims as a gesture of goodwill after these revelations. I spoke earlier to the Dene National Chief. Here's that conversation. Dene National Chief, thank you, Merci, for joining me today.
Yes, I'm glad I'm here.
So the AFN National Chief has rejected this statement of regret from the RCMP over the surveillance that happened in the past of Indigenous leaders. What's your take on that position?
Yes, the surveillance that happened on the Indigenous leaders of Canada, I think it's very harmful, very sensitive, and I would say a disgrace to the Aboriginal organization nationally. We're not troublemakers. We've never been troublemakers. To protect and defend our rights, for the RCMP to do that to us, it's not right.
And do you think that statement of regret from the RCMP was enough? Would you like to see more from them, from the Government of Canada? What do you think should happen next?
Yes, for sure, there has to be a public inquiry is one thing. Get the true story. So this will never happen again. And there has to be some legislation for the federal government that this kind of event never happens again. Those kind of things have to take place. I think, when stories like that come out, it hurts families, it hurts people, it hurts everybody that's related to the leaders. That happened to the nation leaders in the past, at the beginning, in the brotherhood. And more than what a formal public apology is needed. And I would say it's not my decision to say how it should take place. But I think the affected leaders of the past, they would have to get together and formulate how they want to handle it.
At the center of this is the relationship between both the RCMP and the federal government with Indigenous leaders and organizations, which is a relationship that has not always been positive, perhaps you can say in broad terms. What does that relationship look like today, and how has this story about surveillance potentially affected it?
Well, surveillance came out recently, and it kind of beefed up the negative relationships with RCMP. The negative relationship with Aboriginal community is there, no denying that. We even have cases from former RCMP that are Aboriginal. They've been discriminated against in the armed force. There's many cases like that. So it's not a good picture. I think we as Native organization, Dene Nation, have talked about Native policing. That's the way we want to go. Now, this incident, surveillance, gave us like more reasons, more ammunition to push for Native policing. You know, what happened to Native organizations, the harm is ever very hard to replace. Once the harm goes into your community, it stays with you for a long, long time. So, all that the federal, through RCMP, have done and let it slide, I would say. So I think the federal government owe Native organization a favor big times. We need to ask, like we're trying to get things off the ground, like, long-time child welfare reform and all that. And there's in Northwest Territories, there's two land claims unsettled, Decho and the Kecho. The federal government, because of what happened here and in the past, they owe us a big favor. They should fast track those 2 land claims. So a major development coming very close, so there's more certainty when those claims are settled. Those are the things they should be attached to.
Do you think something like this surveillance program could happen again in this day?
Well, you know, there's industry world, and they want development to happen, the corporate money and all that. So we don't quite know what they'll do, right? Federal government is another story. But in the future, this could reoccur. You never know. So there has to be some kind of legislation, policy that the indigenous world has to be involved, have to be at the table to develop this so this thing doesn't happen. You know, we see these kind of things happen in a movie, but not in the nation or Indian Brotherhood area. I was very shocked when I heard that. I was shocked. Yeah.
Dene National Chief, thank you, Masi, for your time today. I really appreciate it.
No problem. I'm glad I'm here. Yeah.